or closer to that kind of 40 drone mark. Instead, going to be a little short, and that's all a Terran player needs just to keep that Zerg honest, keep him producing lings when he doesn't want to. And the fact that he kept these Reapers alive is also huge because he's going to be able to get some nice third timing and have some possible counterattack opportunities available. He doesn't want to waste that barracks production on Reapers anymore. So really good that he kept those alive. Yeah, you did have the quadruple gas go down. And kind of couldn't really do that Ice Fisher style only because of the early harass. Had to kind of bunker down, get this spine crawler out. Only got 2 queens instead of the normal 6 you'd see from that kind of gasless opening from a Zerg. Alright, now the question's going to be, what is Styx going to really do with this? It's a small advantage, but it's still a pretty good advantage in the early game. He's got the extra bases down. Is he going to follow up with more pressure now in this mid game? Would you see him actually coming in with these Hellions, or is this just to make the Zerg player overreact, thinking it's an all-in, trying to make him produce roaches? Now, you see the Roach Warren going down, and that's just for defense of the all-in. It's a really safe play from the Zerg standpoint, because you throw the Roach Warren down, it's only 150 minerals, and if there's an all-in coming, you can just pump out 12 roaches by the time they reach your base, and they'll stop any type of Hellion timing or something like that. But if he forces the roach production, and as you see, this isn't an all-in, it'd actually be huge. Instead, Styx just going to stay back, not really going to push on as hard as he wanted to. But no, he was able to get 4 roaches out. And I want to say again, roaches aren't expensive in terms of resources, but they're just so supply heavy that any type of mutage transition from here, it's that much weaker. And yes, like the 4 roaches are good, but they're not going to be used offensively. There's not enough for them. Without speed, without these upgrades really kicking into gear yet, they're not going to be able to do anything. So really, they're defensive roaches that are going to lock the supply for the Zerg, and that's almost, 2 to 3 less Mutalisk, 2 to 3 less, it's delayed everything. And it seems small. At this level of play, though, those things make such a big difference. Keep in mind, Styx has not lost a single unit yet. Instead, going to income, 10 worker lead now by Wasabi. Typical of the Zerg player. He needs to really get closer to that 60-65 drone mark, though. As we hit that that very deadly 2-base timing is coming up around 11:30, 12 minutes. Really, Styx can have a lot of cost-efficient units out on the map. His infrastructure is going to begin kicking into production. You can see the roaches now come out, and you do have a lot of roaches out now. So now Styx probably is going to pull back. He did what he wanted to, which was to force that roach production. Because now any tech switch is non-existent. It's not happening because he's right now, kind of locked at 104 supply. Couldn't build. Now, yeah, having to go for swarm host production. I gotta think that's not ideal on this map. It's so large. Really, really difficult to defend drops. All these possible angles you see. We'll see how it works out, though. These roaches are going to come in almost that Stefano style, just throwing some aggression to throw the Terran player off, but gotta think he's going to want to have to do some significant damage here. But does have the very nice changeling out, is able to get a good view of the ramp and see there's pretty much nothing to worry about it here. So they're just going to go ahead and focus down this bunker, no problem. Taking it out, SCVs can't get there in time, and so they got to come to death, but they are flanked by this army behind as well. With all those units alive, they're shredding apart these roaches that are able to take out just a bunker. Pretty even trade. You still have almost 400 minerals more lost from our Zerg player, Wasabi. I mean, you had to do something with them. He was supply locked. So was able to still put out some pressure, but yeah, you got to know the follow-up attack's coming, and what's he gonna follow it up with? He does have the Swarm Host, which is, I felt like, his only really solid decision. It kind of protects him against everything, but he's going to have to be on top of his game with both scouting and micro. As soon as he sees movement, he needs to get control of the map. He needs to get this creep spread out, so as soon as he sees movement, he can really get the Swarm Host in a good position, because if he's seeing, if Wasabi's seeing his mini-map flash, it's kind of already too late. The Swarm Hosts have to bury, and then they have to produce a Locust as well. So it is a little bit of time. It's not something instant like a Hydralisk just showing up. Alright, here come those free units in a really good position. On creep, they just fly, and if they can take out anything, it's just awesome. Alright, we do have 3 bases down, but we also have three bases, 4 command centers for the Terran player. They're about even in supply. Really looking like an even matchup. Upgrades dead even as well. Speed for speed, stim for metabolic boost. Here comes a nice timing attack though on the 3rd base, going very aggressive. Gonna try to go for the snipe as well. It's down to 50%. I think he has this easily. He's gonna take it out. It's gonna be a huge Widow Mines put up in a nice position. They actually take out the Locusts before they can do any damage. Very minimal losses here from the Terran. What a nice play. But does get a little bit of a missed micro there. Loses a nice clump of units, but use those Widow Mines to actually take out the Locust. Almost negated a full wave of attack. Gonna hang back. Leave these guys here. Possibly pick up. No. Gonna sacrifice it for the army. Instead, getting a really good timing on this expansion over here. Alright, trying to force some friendly fire. And he's gonna be able to take this out. Gotta think there's still a lot of Widow Mines up. So Ivy's gonna want to be careful. He's gonna lose 2 bases right there. Both players, though, so involved. Look at these minerals are just skyrocketing for both players. Can't blame them with all this action going on. Alright. Counterattack ensuing. Pure Swarm Host. Really good position. I like. He doesn't run him up in the base. He actually puts him in a place to where it makes scans awkward. It doesn't look like much, but this is going to take out drones. It's going to possibly snipe a command center if he doesn't get the repair on it quick, and there it goes. I would have almost liked him to see to take out the infrastructure instead. There goes a nice scan. He's going to be able to take all these swarm hosts out. Really big loss there from the Zerg player. That was a lot of gas and supplies kind of just thrown away. He wasn't really able to take out anything. Just did a little bit of damage to that 3rd command center. At the same time, though, was able to get up these 2 expansions. You gotta think, where's Wasabi gonna transition from here? He's in a really awkward spot. He can't rush those tier 3 units that just melt Terran army. So he's stuck on this layer tech. And not really enough gas because those swarm hosts were so expensive. Can't really go into any muted transition. So yeah, you're gonna see the actually early hive tech is down in Ultralisk production beginning, which is gonna be kind of awkward, especially with this 2 base gas right now. Can't really reinforce this at all. And don't know if Styx knows, but he does instinctively just put Marauders into his composition because he knows his opponent's so gas locked he can't have the Sky Army right now. And look at all those Widow Mines. Oh no, they're gonna go for this clump. Oh no, these Overlords need to get out of the way. Look at Micro just splitting out all the Widow Mines. Oh, huge supply block there. Alright, in come the Ultralisk, but some Micro going out back and forth is able to focus down a good amount, but Styx taking an equal number of trades. He's trying to kite back over these Widow Mines, and Widow Mines having a little bit of missed Micro there. Widow Mines missing most of their shots. Look how many he's got out here. And gonna lose all of them to 1 Overseer. Maybe a little bit of overproduction there. You know, with a quick 4 engagement like that, we do have Sabi right back in it. He's got to get these gases saturated, though, fairly quickly. Hive Tech needs to come more and more often. He's going to have to get a lot of gas up. He's going to have to slow down on the Ultralisk production, has to keep him alive, and wants to produce more Lings now and Roaches to save gas for the air transition. He just can't do it right now. He can't continue maxing an Ultralisk and still transition to any type of air army. And look at this nice drop coming in. Really not a crazy multi-prong harass. Just really good map awareness, keeping an idea of just where his opponent's army was. And he was here with his Widow Mines, his whole army, so he just got dropped in one of the expansions. And that's just having really good map awareness. Alright, another drop coming in from the opposite side as he marches in. And look at the timing, how that matches up. Gonna get there about the same time. No, likes to pull back. Instead, gonna see what this drop can do. And it's going to do a lot because there's nothing here to really defend it. Queen just now coming out. Spinecrawler is too little too late and in the wrong position. Going to lose the queen, lose a ton of drones as well. And for just Marines, not a good trade. Now you're seeing Wasabi try to go to the hive tech, and it just, oh man, this really just, it was a very greedy play, and he just got caught. He just got caught on it. He needed to transition to some type of infestor link production and slow down the Ultralisk. Instead, he wanted to go for the Greater Spire, start making Corruptors. And really, it's not going to be able to do too much for him right now. He lost a ton of drones and lost one of his bases for the Greater Spire. Now a Terran player on, what is that, 5 bases. Alright, out comes the army. Upgrades greatly in favor. Actually, the Zerg player, keeping up with his upgrades. Stick's kind of falling behind there. He's doing lots of harass, though, all throughout this game. You see the Marauder-heavy army march out across the map, and these Corruptors by themselves are going to do nothing but kind of harass these dropships that are pulling back and kiting the army. And look at this split we have. While the army's chasing, you have this rear force just kind of sniping Ultralisk. As he kite backwards, going to try to get this Zerg in a bad position where he can't get us around. Instead, wisely, Wasabi pulls back to reinforce his army. There's a nice dropship. Preemptively splitting the army for those Widow Mines as well. And we have the base trying to be saturated, going to income 72 SCVs. Jesus. For a Terran player, plus all his mules on 5 bases is just silly. And that's why he's floating almost 5k resources right now. That's cool. And with that money, goes into siege tanks, because why not? Gonna try to get good position on this army. And if he can just take out one of these, that takes out 2, 3 Ultralisk. Ow, man, not very good. But we do have Broodlords out on the map, and actually have a Marauder heavy army with tanks and Widow Mines. So these Broodlords came out at the perfect time. They're really going to have to reposition this Terran army. He's having to pull back. Oh no, but the Broodlords are a little out of position without any infestors to really chain fungal down these units. He can snipe. Maybe 3? No? Yes, gets 3, 4. Is he going to get all of them? Oh, this would be huge for Styx. Yes, takes out every single Broodlord and only loses a handful of Marines and Marauders. Able to pull back the reinforcing army. Still has the tanks alive as well. And 10 Roaches are not going to really be able to do too much. Right, tanks attempting to stutter step. Not too effective. The Roaches coming in for a counterattack. Try to do as much damage as they can, but unfortunately there's just macro is too strong right now from Styx. He's able to get that reinforcing army out almost immediately, and there's a good game out of Wasabi. Styx takes the round 2 game. Alright, and any more games up, we can go right into another one. If anyone has a round 3 games ready, as I queue for a game in typical pro fashion. Oh, nice. How do you misclick as a caster? That's awesome. Love it. Alright, apparently we'll be casting a game against the AI. Damn you, very easy AI, you win again. Okay, so round 3 games. Anyone up at all? Can jump right into another game. If not, we can chill, listen to some music. It's all good. 2 really good games so far.